a product ahead of its time, the first edition Pokemon Jungle Box. Have you heard of it? If not, stick around. We're going to bushwhack through some Pokemon history and learn a little bit about the first edition Jungle Box. Let's start at the beginning. Media Factory released the very first set of Pokemon, called Expansion Pack, on October 20, 1996, which had holographic Pokemon cards in 1 out of 3 packs in their 60-pack box. The first actual expansion was the 48-card Jungle set released by Media Factory on March 5, 1997, which, while keeping the 16 hollows in the set, notably changed to now have hollows in every pack with a whopping 60 hollows per booster box. They wanted to maintain the 1 in 3 packs being holographic, so in their June 16, 1999 release of Pokemon Jungle, they expanded the set from 48 cards to 64 by adding in non-holo rare versions of the 16 holo rares. For those of you doing the math at home, you may notice that 60 copies of 16 holographic cards in one Japanese box gets you 3 to 4 copies of each, but that 12 copies of 16 holographic cards in one English box doesn't. That was a feature, not a bug, although there are bugs like Pinsir and Scyther. This was part of the chase element in what I'm going to call the gotta catch 'em all model, and it's a big part of why there's an enduring collecting aspect to the game. Now that we've gone over the history, let's get into the fun part, the Pokemon themselves. Jungle introduced Clefable, which notably evolves from Clefairy, the only base set holo that was not the end of their evolution chain at the time. Jungle reprinted Electrode, which was notably a non-holo rare in base set, and this led to an error where the non-holo Electrode reused the base set art. Jungle has all 3 Evolutions, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. This would be a terrible competitive deck though, as you could only have 4 total copies of Eevee. There were a whole handful of very popular Pokemon that don't evolve that got brought in for holographic printings: Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime, Pinsir, Scyther, and Snorlax. Nidoqueen's attack, Boyfriends, refers to Nidokings, another tie-in to the base set. Pidgeot also finishes off another incomplete evolutionary chain from base set, as they stopped with Pidgeotto as one of the non-holo rares. Venomoth, Victreebel, and Wigglytuff are 3 of the least powerful Pokemon cards in the set, especially when you factor in that they had to evolve. But at least all of their evolutionary chain was included in the set. This was not the case for Clefable or Pidgeot or Electrode. So if you ever decide to play a limited event using only Jungle Packs, those evolutionary cards are literally useless. Lastly, Vileplume was a schoolyard favorite among people who did not do the math on winning 3 coin flips, and only saw that it could do 120 damage, which at the time would one-hit KO any printed Pokemon. If that sounds cool and nostalgic to you, well, I have good news. Dave and Adam's Card World is very happy to bring you a box break of a Jungle First Edition booster box. With 36 packs and only 16 different Pokemon in the rare slot, we should expect to see the full cast of characters out of this box, just not all in their holographic printing, since we're only going to get 12 of those. However, fear not, if you don't get a holo out of your break pack, we've got 5 second chance rebound consolation prizes that are going to get randomed out among the 24 non-holo packs we open. First and foremost, we can't talk about vintage Pokemon without bringing up Charizard. We have a PSA 8 base set unlimited Charizard. Then to stay on theme with Jungle, we have a PSA 8 first edition Vaporeon holo, a PSA 10 Gem Mint unlimited Flareon holo, and a PSA 10 Gem Mint Japanese Jolteon holo. Plus, there will be the empty booster box itself. It's not every day that you see a random pack break of a first edition Jungle Box, so grab your spot while you can at the link in the description of the video, or go to dacardworld.com/live. We're so excited to get this filled and crack this box open, and I hope to see you in the chat when we do. Until next time, I've been Joe Steet for Dave and Adam's Nerd Out.